The morning sun rose gracefully over the horizon of Fantasy Island, casting a golden hue upon the pristine sands and the lush tropical foliage that swayed gently in the warm breeze. Mr. Rourke, the elegant and enigmatic host of this extraordinary paradise, walked with a measured, confident pace toward the main plaza, his immaculate white suit gleaming under the early light. Beside him trotted Tattoo, his energetic and sharp-eyed assistant, who was always eager to guess the hidden desires of the arriving guests. Mr. Rourke looked at his surroundings with a serene expression, then turned his gaze toward the landing strip where the twin-engine plane had just come to a smooth halt. "Good morning, class," Mr. Rourke said in a voice that carried both warmth and authority. "Good morning, Tattoo." Smiles, everyone, smiles. He reminded the staff to present their best selves, for the magic of the island was about to begin once more. Tattoo squinted at the passengers stepping down the mobile staircase, his eyes locking onto a gentleman who carried himself with a peculiar mix of nervous excitement and unbridled enthusiasm. "Boss, I bet he is a sportman," Tattoo remarked, puffing out his chest with confidence. Mr. Rourke smiled gently, acknowledging the assistant's sharp intuition. "Quite correct, Tattoo," the host replied smoothly. "His name is Mr. Norman Hackett. He works for a sporting goods store in Seattle, Washington. Mr. Hackett is a big sports fan and is about to fulfill his fantasy of becoming owner and manager of a professional sports club." Tattoo widened his eyes, realizing the immense pressure such a dream entailed. "That is a pretty tough racket," the assistant muttered thoughtfully. "Does he have any experiences?" Mr. Rourke chuckled, though his eyes remained focused on the distant figure. "Oh, he knows all about sports and statistics and talks a good game," Mr. Rourke explained, his voice laced with gentle irony. "But now that talking is behind him, and he will find that he must prove himself on the field of battle." As the other passengers began to assemble on the tarmac, Tattoo noticed three distinct individuals standing together, looking somewhat bewildered by the grand reception. "Who are they, boss?" Tattoo asked, pointing discreetly. Mr. Rourke glanced at his clipboard and began to introduce them one by one. "That is Ms. Suzanne Quinn," he said, indicating a young woman who looked around with wide, curious eyes. "She is from Texarkana, Arkansas. The gentleman behind her is Mr. Roy Bradford from Detroit, Michigan. And that is Mr. Eldon Gimble from Fresno, California." Mr. Rourke paused for a moment before adding a fascinating detail. "They are all total strangers, by the way." Tattoo looked puzzled, trying to connect the dots. "You mean each of them has a fantasy?" the assistant inquired. "Actually, Tattoo, none of them has a fantasy," Mr. Rourke revealed, causing Tattoo to gasp in utter disbelief. "None of them has a fantasy?" Tattoo repeated, his voice rising an octave. Mr. Rourke nodded, confirming the unusual circumstance. "The three of them were selected at random and are here to compete in a contest that will allow one of them, and only one, to leave Fantasy Island with $1 million. Within minutes, the guests gathered around the charismatic host. "My dear guests, I am Mr. Rourke, your host," he announced with a welcoming sweep of his arm. "Welcome to Fantasy Island." Mr. Norman Hackett practically bounced on his heels, pushing his way to the front with an overflowing sense of excitement. "Mr. Rourke." "Oh," Mr. Hackett exclaimed, wiping a bead of sweat from his brow. "Oh, how about the weather out there? What a great day for a ball game. You know, we owners, we love sunny weather. It brings out the fans." Mr. Rourke smiled politely, though he chose to broaden the perspective. "Yes, I suppose so," the host answered. "But then again, there are those sports played indoors as well." Mr. Hackett's eyes lit up with sudden realization and hope. "Oh, does this mean that I get a basketball team?" He leaned in closer, his voice filled with passion. "Well, Mr. Rourke, I will take anything. I love all sports. Sports are my life. Don't keep me in suspense. What is it? Basketball? Hockey? What?" Mr. Rourke looked at Tattoo, giving a subtle nod. "Both," Mr. Rourke said mysteriously. "Tell him. You know, Mr. Hackett, it is one thing to watch a sporting event on television from your easy chair, but quite another to be an owner-manager." Mr. Hackett's enthusiasm softened slightly into a moment of rare candor. "I know that, Mr. Rourke," he admitted quietly. The truth is, I have been watching life and living it from my easy chair. And a counselor once told me that the reason I never get really involved with anything is because I have a fear of losing. Mr. Rourke looked at him with profound empathy. Oh, Mr. Hackett, you will only be a loser if you think you are a loser. The words struck a chord deep within the man from Seattle. You are absolutely right, Mr. Rourke, Mr. Hackett declared, his confidence rushing back. I am going to get right in the middle of things, right where the action is. Mr. Rourke's smile widened. The action will be right here on Fantasy Island, Mr. Hackett. That true? Oh, what is this? Mr. Hackett asked as Tattoo handed him a silver whistle attached to a lanyard. You will start with that, Mr. Rourke instructed. Will you put it around your neck, please? That is it, thank you. Now, just put it to your lips and blow as hard as you can. Mr. Hackett took a deep breath, placed the whistle between his lips, and blew with all his might. The piercing sound echoed through the air, and in an instant, the world around him blurred into a whirlwind of motion. When the dizzying sensation subsided, Mr. Hackett found himself standing in the center of a bustling indoor arena, the roar of roller skates echoing loudly against the wooden floors. He blinked in confusion, turning around in circles. Where am I? Oh, who are you? He stammered, looking at a fierce-looking young woman in a skating uniform who had stopped right in front of him. Me. I am Norman Hackett, he answered automatically when she stared at him. The girl's face transformed into an expression of intense relief and excitement. Norman Hackett, she shouted over the noise. Oh, yeah, Mr. Rourke told me. You are our new manager. Terrific. She turned around and waved frantically to another skater. Look at this girl, Sandy. This is our new big shot manager. He is going to save us. Mr. Hackett's heart sank as he took in the scene of women circling the track. No, 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 he protested, waving his hands in the air. I am not your new manager. Boy, am I in the wrong place. Do any of you girls know how I can find the Pittsburgh Steelers training camp? The girl stopped smiling, her expression hardening into a glare. The Pittsburgh Steelers already have a manager, she said coldly. You are just too afraid to admit that you are our manager. You are ashamed to manage a team of losers, aren't you? Mr. Hackett, remembering Mr. Rourke's words, pointed a finger righteously. You are only losers if you think you are losers, young lady, he lectured. You see, I was brought here to take over a professional sporting team. Not a what, huh? The girl challenged, stepping closer. Go ahead and say it. Girls roller derby team, yeah? Yeah. What is wrong with roller derby? What, are you some kind of snob or something? Hey, we were doing fine without you. Who needs you anyway? Mr. Hackett tried to regain his composure as a manager. Good, what is your record? He asked. We have won 3 games already, she replied proudly. Mr. Hackett nodded slightly. Out of how many? 26, she stated flatly, adding quickly, we lost a lot of close ones. Mr. Hackett's jaw dropped. You won 3 out of 26. He looked around nervously, backing away toward the exit. Excuse me, I gotta talk to somebody very, very fast. Excuse me? Meanwhile, in a luxurious outdoor lounge, the 3 contest participants were trying to make sense of their situation. Ms. Suzanne Quinn poured herself a glass of water, her Texan accent thick with frustration. You mean this guy flew us all the way out here so one of us could win $1 million and we don't even get to meet him? Mr. Roy Bradford shrugged his shoulders, leaning against a pillar. Which leads us to the question we have all been wanting to ask, he noted. What do we have to do to win? Mr. Rourke appeared from behind the tropical plants, his presence immediately commanding attention. He began smoothly. The person who performs the most noble, unselfish act during his or her stay on Fantasy Island will win. Suzanne looked at him, her eyes wide. You mean whoever does the best good deed wins $1 million? Correct, Mr. Rourke confirmed. Your benefactor will be watching you very closely for the next 2 days and he will make his decision according to what he observes. Mr. Bradford crossed his arms, his practical Detroit mindset taking over. Why? What is in it for him? Yes, boss, Tattoo chimed in from behind. What is in it for him? Mr. Rourke offered a polite, unyielding smile. I am afraid I can't discuss his motivations, the host replied. And since any personal contact with him could very well give one of you a decided advantage, he insists you make no attempt to learn his identity. But I assure you his offer is legitimate and every bit as simple as it sounds. Mr. Eldon Gimble, who had remained quiet until now, shook his head. I don't know, he remarked. It sounds very strange to me. Tattoo stepped forward with a mischievous grin. If you want to get out, I know someone who would like to take your place, the assistant teased. Mr. Rourke shot a warning glance. Tatum, please don't, the host murmured gently before turning back to the guests. Suzanne let out a soft laugh. It may be strange, she said, but it sure as heck beat serving pitchers at the Texarkana Brew and Chew all weekend. Mr. Rourke smiled warmly at her honesty. Good. Would you excuse, please? Oh, for the rest of the weekend, you may travel anywhere on the island you wish, though your benefactor prefers that you remain together and he is taking care of Annie and all your bills. Roy Bradford's face lit up at the mention of free food. Is that right? He asked. Well, then I vote that we kick this thing off at the nearest chow house. I am starved. And may the best man, I am terribly sorry, may the best person win. Will you excuse us? Tatum. Mr. Rourke called his assistant, and the two of them walked away, leaving the trio to begin their strange journey together. Near the administrative building, Mr. Hackett caught up with the host, his face pale with worry. Mr. Rock, he called out, mispronouncing the name in his haste. Thank you, girls. Thank you, Mr. Rourke said to some passing hula dancers before turning to the frantic manager. Ah, something the matter, Mr. Hackett? Boy, did you make a mistake? Mr. Hackett sighed heavily. Mistake? Mr. Rourke inquired, raising an eyebrow. It is about that team you gave me for my fantasy, Mr. Hackett explained. The Brownsville Blasters? Yeah. Well, that is the name of your team, Mr. Hackett, Mr. Rourke stated calmly. Yeah, well, they are blasters, all right, Mr. Hackett